Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Our Hearing's Our Voice 2024. Andrew and Lisa presented at the Keeping the Promise digital conference on the barriers and facilitators to effective co-design and the importance of involving young people in work that affects their lives. They were invited back to present in January on involving young people's voices in Keeping the Promise. We designed and launched a fantastic animation called Articulate. It was written, co-designed and voiced by some of you, bringing to life the importance of language in the children's hearing system. We spent a day at a studio recording voiceovers with Darren from Raw Talent, and then CHS and SCRA worked on language guides supported by Language Leaders Principles to advise professionals on child-friendly language in the hearing system. Some of you reviewed early drafts of the guides and gave valuable feedback and quotes. The animation and language guides were launched at an event at the CCA with popcorn, poetry and presentations. We were really delighted that some of you brought your relatives along to see you shine. This year, we're excited to welcome a new board member, Courtney, to Our Hearing's Our Voice. Courtney's already involved in lots of different projects around Glasgow, and we're so looking forward to working with her and learning from her expertise. Also, we are so happy to welcome back long-standing board member Emma, who took a break from OHOV duties to become a mum to baby Esme. Congratulations, Emma, it's lovely to have you back. Gordon, Kira and Achilles presented at a CHS Town Hall event where 200 panel members listened and learned from their language expertise. One of my favourite memories of the year was the Pitlochry Residential. I'm already really excited for the next one, wherever it may be. I'm sure you've all got favourite memories of the weekend away, but my personal favourites are Gordon's dad dancing and Alicia going on a big rant about how bad the hot chocolate was. I can't wait for the next one. Poppy met with an architect at the Glasgow Hearing Centre on Bell Street to help design a more child-friendly space and experience for hearing centres in Scotland. With support from Courtney, Andrew, Ash and Alicia recorded a video that's being used in panel member recruitment. Look at Angela's face here. They spoke about what it feels like to be judged by panel members. Dylan worked with Angela and others from CHS to help develop training materials for panel members. Dylan then took part in panel member interviews where I'm told he did an exceptional job. Dylan and Andrew also gave a presentation to over 100 panel members about what they could do to support children and young people to have a more positive hearing experience. Issue 4 of Voice magazine came out. Hundreds of copies were sent to hearing centres around Scotland, and of course it's available online. This issue featured recipes by Alicia, the pros and cons of virtual hearings, an article by Lewis about personal growth, and links to interviews by Kira and Achilles, who interviewed Thomas Carlton, and Andrew, who interviewed Louise Hunter, the Chief Exec of Who Cares Scotland. We've had a few different board meetings, one at Stirling Champs with David Mackey and one at Pinkston Water Sports, where we did a bit of work and then we had some fun building rafts. During this meeting, Andrew asked you all what message you'd like to give to teachers who are supporting care experienced children and young people, and he, along with Ash and Abby, created a presentation to help teachers improve their practice. They delivered this presentation to a class of 4th year teaching students at Strathclyde Uni, and they're due to do the same with social work and speech and language students, along with more education students in January. Andrew was going through his boy band long hair era. Gordon was really inspired by it and decided to emulate this look. A few days ago, we recorded an interview between Ash, Andrew and Abby and Gillian, an educational lecturer at Strathclyde. This is going to be a really useful resource in teacher training. Kira and Ash created a podcast. It was really interesting and it was all about what it's like to be part of Our Hearing's Our Voice. It's available to watch on our YouTube channel. If you're interested in creating a podcast, approach me or Gordon and we'll get that set up. You're probably better approaching me, to be perfectly honest. Kira was commissioned by each and every child to create these fantastic illustrations about the power of language. She created these pieces of art and has since shared them at a number of conferences. A picture speaks 1,000 words, and Kira has encouraged professionals to think about exactly what picture their words are painting for children and young people. Kira and Achilles both presented at a language conference called Our Lives, Our Language, where Achilles shared some of their poetry and the two of them demonstrated their language labels activity. On the theme of illustrations, Kira, Ash and Andrew contributed to a piece of research that was recently published by Kat Nixon at SCRA on virtual hearings. She took information you all told her last year and used it to inform her research on the positive and negative aspects of virtual hearings. You might be sitting there wondering why Andrew has been mentioned in connection to illustrations. He didn't make any, but he proofread the chapter and suggested edits. The book was published on Monday. Gordon and I recently met with you all in groups or individually to collect your responses to the Hearings Redesign government consultation. You provided some really fascinating and valuable insight, and we look forward to seeing what happens next. We know it's a long process to effect change in laws and policy, and we appreciate your ongoing efforts to make things better in hearings. Gordon and Lisa were in Inverness, and they delivered a presentation on a language leader's approach to transforming language in the children's hearing system. Ash and Andrew presented at the CYCJ conference in the summer about the different needs of 16 and 17-year-olds in children's hearings. This event was attended by over 100 panel members. Lewis, Kira, Ash and Poppy attended the Love Rally this year. Dylan surprised us all halfway through by turning up at Queen Street and joining us for an Italian afterwards. Andrew really wanted to come that day as well, but he was busy. Ash wrote a beautiful poem called Who Am I? For Pride, and was brave enough to read it aloud at the SCRA Pride Picnic, where it received a fantastic reception. Ash also designed this brilliant gay pigeon sticker, which has been used as a pledge card by SCRA staff. Ash, Andrew and Lisa spoke at the staff conference this month about what aspects of keeping the promise are most important to them. We were delighted to see Dylan there with staff, sharing a stop-motion animation he helped to create about children's rights when they're stopped and searched by the police. It's been a brilliant year with Our Hearings, Our Voice. Gordon and I are reminded each and every day how very lucky we are to get to work with such an exceptional group. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks for giving up your time, thanks for giving up your talents, and thank you for just being the amazing people that you are. We really hope you enjoy the board meeting today. Thanks for everything.